Hello crafters, welcome to another video. Ever since I posted my trade show haul, you've been asking for a video about the letterpress or with the letterpress, and today we're going to do that. I've already got it out here, all the supplies that I need, or at least most of them, and I'll walk you through how to create a card with the letterpress machine. This is a printing plate. It's the word smile. It has a flat side and it has the side where the letters are. And it will go on the inside of this door on the letterpress. And right now it doesn't stick, as you can see, it just slides off. But it will go on the inside of this door, but we need to make it stick. For that reason, in the kit, you get these adhesive sheets. You get a whole bunch of them. I've been trying to reuse them, but it doesn't really quite work yet. But you get a whole bunch of them. And what you need to do is you need to make the flat side of the printing plate sticky. So right now, the flat side is facing us. So the actual letters are facing down, but the flat side of the printing plate is facing us, and I'm putting the sticky side of this adhesive sheet onto this printing plate. Rubbing it really hard, and then I'm trimming it out with my scissors. You don't really need to trim it out this nicely, I think, because I haven't managed to reuse it, but I just did it. But I'm wiser now. I know how to save time. So next up, we're going to take this acrylic block that you get and the samples of the inks that you get, and I'm going to use hot pink because the person I'm sending this to really likes pink. And it doesn't matter which side of this acrylic block you use, but on one side I have this like rough edge here, and I don't want to damage my brayer. So that's why I'm using the other side, but it doesn't really matter which side you use. Now, excuse me. Now, I'm one of those more is better kind of people, but when it comes to the ink here, you really want less. And this is already so much, it was enough for 2 cards, and it would have probably been enough for another 3 to 4 cards. And just to give you an idea how much or how little this is, here's a Copic sketch marker, just to give you an idea about the size. What you're gonna do next is you grab your brayer, it also comes in the kit, and you spread out the ink. The goal here is not to cover the acrylic plate as well as you can. The goal is simply to spread the ink around, so you only have a very, very thin layer of ink on your brayer and on the acrylic plate. Because if you have too much ink, it will mess up your printing. So less is more, believe me, really believe me. I've tried this. Now, let's get back to the actual letterpress machine here. I'm putting down a piece of the cardstock that comes with the kit. It's special cotton paper that is really good for this letterpress printing. And I'm using these foam pads that also come in the kit to place the paper so it doesn't move. This is the Smile printing plate, and you can see the backing paper is still on the back of it. And I'm just getting out my stamp set that I also want to use excuse me, on this card to make sure that I get the spacing right. Now I'm peeling off the backing paper off the sticky here, trying to not move the printing plate too much, and the sticky is facing us. Now I'm closing the door, and that means the printing plate will now stick to the inside of the door. It's there. I'm going to show it to you right here. I know it's really hard to see, but trust me. I mean, if you're watching this, you hopefully trust me enough that I won't lie to you. It's there. It really is there. So now we're going to grab our brayer. Make sure it's evenly covered. You don't want it dripping. You just want it evenly covered. And then you go over this. And there, see, I told you it was there. Even if it was invisible, it's there. So now I'm just going over this a few times, and the goal is not to have this dripping with ink again. Not dripping with ink. You just want an even, smooth cover. And you see I did a few oopsies here. But you can fix this quite easily. Just grab a baby wipe, like my baby wipes from the drugstore really work nicely, because you want to clean this up, otherwise it will transfer onto your paper. You need to clean this up. Now I'm closing the door and I'm running this through the Big Shot. Take everything out of your Big Shot. This is the only thing you run through. No other plates, just this, alright? And now for the magic moment. I know it's really hard to see, but these letters are really pressed into the paper, and it's a really fantastic effect in real life. I also grabbed the Stitched Borders 2 by Pretty Pink Posh because it has this awesome die that cuts and stitches. I don't want to cut, I just want the stitching. So I'm nudging the cutting edge up to the paper just helps me to keep this straight. I'm holding this in place with some sticky notes, and here you can see I can get a beautiful stitching, and I can do this on pretty much any size of cardstock as long as it's somewhere in the A2 range. Now for the stamping. I want to try something new. I want to try glitter flakes with glue, and for that I bought the glue and this foam pad, and it's actually part of a much larger pad. I just cut it out because I wanted, I don't really need the entire pad. I just need this little tiny piece, and it's easier to wash out, and you can wash it out. It will disintegrate at some point, but you can wash it out. This is the flitter glue that is made especially to work with these gilding flakes or flitter flaky thingies. And just putting some glue on the foam pad here, wiping off the nozzle, because why not? And I'm using the spatula that I usually use for my embossing paste, and I'm just spreading the glue evenly onto the foam pad. And you want to make sure, because this is really strong glue, to wipe it off immediately, clean the stuff off. Really, believe me. Now I'm dabbing this onto my stamp. Yes, I'm putting glue on my stamp, and it's okay. You will get it off. It's not a problem. I use the Hero Arts stamp cleaner, and it's no problem at all getting the glue off, but I clean my stuff up right away. Right afterwards, I stamp this, I clean this off. That's the only thing you have to keep in mind. So still dabbing here, just nothing interesting here, just moving along. And now after I've stamped this, I'm pulling this off really carefully, because it's glue and you don't want to rip your cardstock. So be careful, take a deep breath, you have time, it's okay. You can also see that I transferred some of the residual ink from the stamp, but that's not a problem because we're going to put the glitter glue, the glitter flakes on top of this. So now I'm also stamping the little basket here and immediately cleaning off my stamps. And now on to the glitter flakes. Close the windows, kick out the cats and the dogs, don't breathe, because this stuff just moves. Like if you feel the need to sneeze, turn away, don't sneeze, don't do whatever, because the stuff, they are super light and they move like with the lightest movement of air, but they're such a fun material to use. I just love them. What you do is you simply grab the glitter, the flakes, and you put them onto the glue and you gently press them into the glue. Like, don't push it, don't push it like you want to kill them. Just gently press them onto the glue. They will stick there. And make sure to have the entire glue surface covered. That's the first step. Just put all the flakes on there until the entire surface is covered. Once you've done that, use your finger to gently rub off the main excess. This is the second step. There's another one. Just gently rub off the main excess. I do this because I'm trying to save at least some of these flakes. You don't have to, you can just throw them away, that's okay. And then you need this scrubby for the flakes, and now you're really burnishing this stuff. First of all, it will give you some really crisp edges when you burnish this with this scrubby. You can't really get this with your finger. And then I knew that there were stitched lines on this balloon, so it takes a little practice to figure out how hard you can scrub or how hard you should not scrub, but you can actually make those details visible. It takes a little bit of patience and a little bit of practice, but it's really worth it. Like, just give it a try, and it's such a fun material to play with. And you can see here I could actually make the stitched lines appear, and then I'm just using a makeup brush to wipe off all the excess, which I'm then going to throw away. And here's another view of all the details that I got. It's just, I absolutely love it. I was really impressed by how well the glitter flakes work with the glue. Now I'm using my ATG gun to put some glue on the backside of my panel here. Love my ATG gun. Really one of the best investments I've ever made in my craft room. And I'm putting this on this bright pink card base. And I'm not done yet. I'm using VersaFine Onyx Black to stamp my sentiment. That's why I did it last, because I was afraid of smearing it. And of course I had to grab some Sequins by Pretty Pink Posh to just make the card a little more special. And this is the final result. Again, it's really hard to see the letterpress effect, but in real life, it's fantastic. It really is awesome. And the effect that you get with the gilding flakes, and that you even get all the details, I was just so impressed. I didn't really think it was possible, but it worked out really nicely. And here you can see all the shimmer and the color variations that you get. These gilding flakes come in a lot of different colors, so you can just choose whatever you like. And here's a close-up of the sentiment and the And the sequins that I used them in different sizes. If you like this card, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye!